Earlier, I spoke with Gerard Filitti. He's senior counsel with the Lawfare Project in New York about how these cases could play out. Gerard, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Let's start with former President Donald Trump. At his trial today, the judge ordered what amounts to be a gag order in this case. Do you think that'll work?
Well, I think it has to work. First of all, the gag order is limited. It's not for the entirety of the case. It's about making comments directed at the judge's staff. That was a result of some unfortunate statements that went out last night targeting his law clerk, and that's simply unacceptable. So I think that we have seen Donald Trump delete those tweets or those messages. I think that it will have the effect of keeping him a little bit more in line with what he's saying about the judge's staff, but he is still free to make comments in general about the case.
Trump has talked about the possibility of he himself testifying in this case. Do you think that that would help or hurt him in the long run?
Well, legally, I think it might actually hurt him. I think he may have a difficult time explaining himself well to the judge. However, politically, I think that also is a different consideration, and he wants to be able to take a stand and say that he spoke the truth and that the court disregarded, didn't listen to him, and denied him justice despite his testimony. So I think it's two conflicting opportunities here. One is a benefit legally, one is a benefit politically, and he may well take the politically expedient route.
Let's move over to Hunter Biden. He entered not guilty pleas today in a Delaware court. Back in July, we saw a plea arrangement that had been agreed to, and now we are back here. Is this politics at its worst? Is this the judicial system succumbing to political pressure?
It does seem that we're looking at that. We see more and more cases being politicized, or at least accused of being politicized, especially when it comes to the families or former executive officers. The problem with Hunter Biden, though, is that there was never really an agreement. There was never a meeting of the minds as to what that plea deal looked like. So the justice system is playing out as it normally would. And gun charges and tax evasion charges are pretty serious things as well. So we are looking at viable charges, both against him and against Donald Trump. But the setting this particular year in the news cycle of political discord in America does make it look like the justice system has gone awry.
Do you think that Hunter Biden and his team will get back to a plea deal?
I think it's inevitable that they will discuss plea deals. I think their best play right now, other than pleading not guilty, which he did today, is to challenge the constitutionality of the law that he's charged under. Essentially, he's going to be thankful for the Supreme Court's ruling last year on the Second Amendment case and argue that because of that ruling, this law is not valid and he should not be charged at all. If he wins that, the gun charges go away. If not, then he's looking at potentially a deal.
Gerard, final question for you tonight. Who is in bigger trouble tonight? Is it former President Donald Trump or is it President Biden's son, Hunter Biden?
The person in biggest trouble is whoever the Speaker of the House is, but I think that right now Donald Trump is the one who is facing more charges and more imminent danger to his freedom and to his political future.
Gerard, thank you.